If you are a trader who is serious about maximizing your profits this year, then you should definitely check out these 4 free trading tools I'm about to show you today. Here are just some of the sneak peeks of what these free tools can help you with. They can provide you with free market data and advanced charting, customizable scanners to find profitable stocks to trade, advanced portfolio management and tracker, using AI and statistics to find the most profitable strategies in your edge, and so much more. And yes, while a lot of these tools do have a premium option, but you can still be very resourceful and use the tools the right way and get all the benefits I mentioned for free. And I'll be showing you exactly how to do so in this video. So if that sounds good to you and you want to start this brand new trading year the right way, then make sure to follow along and drop a like down below for a very profitable year. Okay, let's get started with the first free tool. Nowadays, in a lot of my YouTube videos, you can see me using a lot of fancy scanners like Trade Ideas or Benzinga. Well, yes, I've been using those scanners for years. I definitely did not start out trading 8 years ago, paying hundreds or thousands for these tools every single year. You can now scan for stocks to trade pre-market, access intuitive charting tools, as well as extended hours trading, all for free in one broker platform, Webull. I understand a lot of you are probably already using TradingView charting for free, but here's a key reason why I recommend Webull over TradingView as a best platform for beginner traders to get started with. Webull gives you free real-time quotes, while TradingView requires you to pay for a few subscriptions to get real-time market data. Even if you just plan on paper trading, that's totally fine, but it's still better to trade with real-time price data, right? I mean, that's a rhetorical question because no one can actually trade using 15-minute delayed quotes. Webull wasn't around when I started trading years ago, so back then I had to deal with a lot of delayed quotes and very archaic looking trading platforms that was extremely laggy. But nowadays, Webull is available to you in United States, Canada, and many other international countries as well. Let me show you step by step how I use Webull platform to scan for stocks to trade. So you can see we're on my Webull platform over here, and to go to the scanner, go to screener over here. You can see I have a lot of different presets already over here. If you go to the small cap scan, you can see I'm scanning for stocks from 0 to 800 million. Last price at least $1. And percentage change, I'm scanning for stocks between 10% to up to 1,000%. Basically scanning for gappers. And I want minimum trading 1 million on the day. This scanner works pre-market as well. You're probably only gonna see 10 to 15 results pre-market. You can see today's a good day for a lot of small cap gappers. You can see different stocks here. The spark line is something I really like. Essentially, it gives you a snapshot of how the stock's trading on the day of action. So you can see this is a parabolic runner. You can see this is a consolidation trend join play. So that gives you a snapshot of the price action. Not Snapchat, snapshot. And you can see the percentage gap on the day. The only downside I've found so far for scanning for small caps is that you cannot filter out the float of the stock in the scanner or even in the stock analysis columns. So I cannot find the float here, which is a little bit of a bummer because I like to see whether the stocks I'm trading is low float, between 1 million to 5 million shares float. These are the potential crazy runners like VVOS, MLGO, CCCC, etc. Remember, if you're enjoying the video so far and you want to see more demo videos in the future, make sure to smash the like button down below. So these are my filters for small caps. For large caps, you can see these are my different filters. So I kind of scan for both large caps and small caps in the morning. Something I find to be very useful is that right after I scan for these stocks, I can see right away in this new section why the stock is up on the day. You can see the updates are 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago on the day. as well as what the intraday chart looks like. So if you're looking at this pre-market, you can really quickly gauge the action of the stock and form your trading plan. Besides the pre-market and after-hour scanner and research tools, the live charting platform is pretty powerful as well for a free tool. You can see I have my watches section over here, daily chart on the left-hand side, and intraday chart. You can access all your indicators, volume, profile, and your time and sales. The only thing you have to pay for in additional is level 2. So you get level 1 for free. Level 2, I think it's $9 per month or something like that. Last but not least, they also have live market data for paper trading as well. So you can practice in sim and reset your account value over here. I've been talking about Webull and the platform since 2019. At the time, it was only available to users in the US, but now they're also available in even more countries like Canada. Just in case you're concerned, they are SIPC and FDIC insured, so definitely check them out. The platform and all the benefits for free, it's honestly very underrated in my opinion. You can get at least 6 free fractional shares if you sign up through my link down below. Like I mentioned many times before on this channel, most millionaire traders I know, they reinvest their profits from trading into longer-term investments that will grow their wealth passively. The second free tool I want to talk about is not only a portfolio management tool, but also a social platform that allows you to follow other traders, investors, and see their portfolio holdings. This is Blossom Social. Previously, it was only available in Canada, but now they're also open to traders and investors in the US. Anyone can download Blossom for free and connect the brokers to the app safely. They do not share your data. For example, you may have different stock holdings on Robinhood, Vanguard, E-Trade, or Webull. Well, you can securely connect them all under this portfolio analytics platform and see your holdings at a glance. There's also a social feed for you to connect with other traders or investors who are following the same kind of stocks, track market news, and you can even follow others and see their returns and what kind of trades they've made in the past. For example, over here you can see my profile and investment holdings. You can also see how much I'm up or down on the year, as well as my recent buys or sells, all in percentages. You can access all of the features I just talked about for free, but for only $9 a month, you can even access the learning portal with Blossom Pro and enjoy these bite-sized trading and investing video courses right here on the Blossom app. And if you'll allow me to shamelessly plug, I have a Trading 101 course, and soon you'll see many others like tax strategies, options 101, and so much more. I personally have Blossom Pro, which you can see. You can see that I have advanced portfolio management tool for all my investments. I can analyze my monthly dividends, set goals, and see my sector exposures. So make sure to check out Blossom. Again, you can use most of the features I mentioned for free, or you can get a free 7-day trial to Blossom Pro down below. I'm an angel investor in Blossom, so I would love to see you try it even for free. If you have any feedback for us, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it. Before we move on to the third free tool, which is one you can use for backtesting and finding the highest win rate strategy, reminder, you can sign up to my free weekend watch list down below. Every single Sunday, I send out 3 to 4 stocks I'm following and the game plan for next week. If you've seen some of the millionaire trader guests that we had on our podcast, such as Stephen Dux, who famously made $6 million in one day, or Chris Verma, who turned $3,000 into $1.67 million, then you've heard them repeat something very similar again and again in our interviews. Data, statistics, and backtesting. Essentially, what these traders are talking about is that you need to have collected enough chart examples of your particular strategy and find an edge that can generate you outsized profits. Then and only then, you should size a lot into those A+ setups. This is also a concept known as exponential bet sizing. And a common question I see a lot in the comments is, okay, Shay, how do you exactly get data and backtest those strategies? And you're right, because without them, you cannot find the highest winning percentage strategy and the best entries and exits that will yield you the most profits. I'm sure I have a lot of viewers who are software engineers, and they can churn some computer code in their head, and voila, all the problems solved in 5 minutes, and apples or Windows fall out of the sky. But what if you don't know how to code, you don't know math, and you don't know how to speak computers, like me? Well, you can collect data and backtest using AI. This is a tool I've been using for the last 3 months. This tool is called Spikey. Spikey is a market data research tool that allows you to pull months or years of data based on your specific criteria that you're looking for. You can filter through stocks based on market data, average daily volume, intraday levels, indicators, highs and lows, and the data is just endless. On top of that, you don't need to know how to code. You can get all of these results by just typing words using AI. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you watching this right now are skeptical or just straight out confused. That's okay. Let me show you a very simple demo on how to find the high probability and high win rate strategy. So you're on the main page with Spikey right now. This is where you can talk to the AI tool and basically type out the kind of request for data that you're looking for. It's actually pretty cool. So for today's demo, I want to show you a very simple gap up, bag holder short strategy that I've talked about many times before on this channel. Give me stocks that gap up more than 50%. And I'm looking for these stocks between the entire year this year. So date range January 3rd to December. Okay. And once you're done with your typing request, click Get Data with AI. AI robot working hard in the background. Okay, you can see it did that, pulled all the data from that date range and all the criteria I'm looking for in 18 seconds. Let's see what it got. So go here and click Open Data. All right, so we can see there's some familiar names. You can see the AI tool gave me like, oh, this is actually correct. 198 sample sizes. And you can see the different columns it gave me: market cap, open price, high price, low price, close price, pre-market volume. So these are the columns of data that you're looking for. But I think for me, I'm trying to backtest a specific strategy I'm already trading. So I want to go back there and modify the specific columns I'm looking for. So go over here, go over the results. I'm gonna go edit. So keep that the same. On the free plan, you can only search up to a year. So that's a demo we're using. So go to edit filters. Okay, so once we're in the edit, we're gonna go to edit the filters. Let's see what it currently has. So you're scanning for stocks on these two exchanges. That's great. We don't need anything intraday. We don't need indicators. Fundamentals, yes, I'm looking for market cap under 500 million. So you can see the wording to company's market cap. Custom, I'm looking for stocks that have traded. You can see the wording displayed here. You're looking for stocks that have traded at least 1 million on the day, had gapped up 50%, so hence the 1.5. And the previous day's close is at least $1 because I don't trade anything under $1 per share. So those are the filters for finding the stocks. Now you want to go to edit column to spit out essentially telling the Spikey AI tool to give you the different data columns that you're looking for. So I'll show you really quickly. You obviously want to see the symbol of the stock. You want to see the date of the gapper. Now intraday is where it gets interesting. So I'm trying to backtest an existing strategy I have. So let's see, I want to, let's say short the pre-market highs level and try to hold it until the close. So then what I'm gonna do is to find the pre-market highs level from 4 o'clock to 9:29. So this is gonna be called PM high, pre-market highs column. And I also want to find, so that's kind of the entry I have in mind. If I always want to short risking pre-market highs, that's the entry. Now what about my risk? Let's say I want to short, the highs at 10 o'clock. What would that look like? So then I'm gonna do the open price at 10 o'clock, right? So the first price at 10 o'clock, because this is the intraday range. So open price at 10 a.m. Open price at 10 a.m. So that's kind of what I have in mind. Essentially, I want to short pre-market highs and then hold it through close. Indicator, I don't need that. Market cap, we can have that, sure. And you can see the preset it can already show you the open price, high price, low price, close, and pre-market volume on the day. Okay, now we can preview our results, the date range. Again, the filter, these are the filters I'm looking for. And columns are the data you're actually gonna get out. So these are what I'm looking for. Market cap, pre-market highs, open price at 10, and all the pricing. Get data. Okay, as you can see, after about 35 seconds, Spikey AI gave us our results. Now let's take a look. We have about 146 results. Okay. So essentially what we just did is that we asked Spikey, the AI tool, to pull us within the entire market, all the stocks within the last year in 2023 that fit the criteria for small caps that we're looking for. And they're all here. And all these different columns are the data points I'm gonna use to try to find the strategy. So really quickly, I just wanna know how many of these actually close below the pre-market highs price, if that's the area I'm looking to short. So I'm gonna do close price is smaller than pre-market high. So really quickly, close price smaller. So this one is true, okay. So let's just find the win rate of the strategy. So we know which stocks is true and false, as in which one will work for the strategy. So let's really quickly create a separate sheet that show us exactly what we're looking for. So 145 samples, gap up short strategy. So the entry method we're testing out is short pre-market highs, profit target. So I just created some really simple columns here. Essentially, you're trying to find out how many of these are true, right? You're trying to find the win rate. So out of the data we gotten, 119 of them is true for when the closing price is a lot lower than pre-market highs. So out of those, there's 119 of them is true. So 119 divided by 145, that gives you 82% win rate. Now the win rate is high and that's great, but we also need to find out the potential risk reward because we want to know how much money we can expect to make and how much money we should expect to lose when we're wrong. So let's find out what the average profit when this is true, okay? So let's find the profit per share. Closing price minus pre-market highs. So that's your profit per share for this particular stock. Now let's also think about the risk as well, right? So the risk will be if we get stopped out. Let's say our stop is, that's why I had kind of 10 a.m. price open over here. That's gonna be our risk. So our stop will be if the stock breaks through the 10 a.m. price. Hi. And then we also, same as profit, we want to know the risk per share. So in this case, we want to find out if the 10 a.m. price ever gets above pre-market highs. Okay, so you can see this one's false. We also want to know the potential risk per share. So we want to know the risk is 10 a.m. price minus, so that's the risk. So we're going to do that for all the data columns we have here. Okay, I'm going to make this really pretty, really quick. Okay, so it took me a little bit of time to figure out this Excel stuff. But essentially what we have is the sum of the total of true here for when the closing price is below the pre-market highs, because that's essentially the strategy. You're shorting pre-market highs, trying to cover at close. So how many times would that be lower? So 81.38%, basically 82% of the time, that will be true. Now, what happens if it's true and how much money would you make? So on average, you'll make $3.50 per share. This is a formula for if that condition is true, how many are there? So now we know the potential profit. Now, what happens if we get stopped out? So we want to calculate how many times we'll be stopped out if the stop is the 10 a.m. high, the 10 a.m. price, okay? That's going to be your stop. So let's see how many times we get stopped out, which would be over here. 10 a.m. price, it's a.m. price is higher than pre-market high price. So we're counting how many of that is true. So only 10 out of 145 samples is true for getting stopped out. So that means we'll only get stopped out 7% of the time. And when we get stopped out, the loss is on average 44 cents per share, using this formula over here. Okay, I just made a few more adds to further explain this the best way possible. So now knowing the data set we have for the entire 2023, I want to calculate how much money I could potentially make using this strategy. So you can see our profit per trade on average, remember this is the average, is going to be $3,500. Now what if we do that for the entire year, right? With the simulation, there's a total of 118 winning trades. So if we traded the entire year, that will equate to $411,000 on the year, on the potential profit. Now, what happens if we lose? Because we also want to know that, right? On average, your loss is gonna be $575 per trade. And in a year, that's gonna be about $5,700. Again, I did the simulation simply to show you how you should backtest your strategy on a free AI tool like Spikey. I'm not saying you should go ahead and trade this strategy because again, we are backtesting only 1 year sample size. Okay, so make sure to do your own homework and put in the work to make this your own if you really want to trade this gap up short, back holder short strategy. And remember, I'm doing this with an existing strategy of mine. You should be doing this backtesting and pulling all the data you need for all the strategies you're using. So that's how you know if your strategy can be repeated again and again in the future. Obviously, now I have the premium tier on Spikey. But even with a free tier, you can still send unlimited data requests to get data for up to 1 year range, like this example over here. Obviously, you should always backtest up to 5 years, but this is a great way for you to start systemizing your strategy as a trader. You should try it for yourself. You can use my link down below to try the free tier and see if you want to upgrade just like I did. Obviously, we don't have time for a very in-depth walkthrough tutorial, but if you want to see a full video dedicated to using Spikey, the AI tool, to find your edge and backtest, then comment AI down below and I'll see if I can make a video for this. So the next free tool I'm going to talk about is Finis. Now, a lot of people don't think Finis is a big deal, but it's actually a very, very powerful free tool. When I first started trading years ago, I was trading part-time. So during the day, I need to go to work. How I speed up my process the next day during pre-market trade planning is by using Finis the night before. So right now it's after hours. So what I used to do is go to finis.com and go look at the top gappers on the day today in the evening. So I'll go in and look at all these top gainers. The top gainers right here. Sometimes I also look at stocks that's making new highs, and I'll use that as a base to start doing my research and prepare for the next day. So for example, if I want to look at the stock FRGT, penny stock, so I'll go in and look at the company's market cap, float, and most importantly, why the stock gapped up today in the first place, and how I can plan to trade it tomorrow. You gotta do your homework, especially if you're trading part-time and don't have the luxury of sitting in front of computers all day. So I used to use Finis for after-hour scan, but they also have a screener as well that's not exactly useful for pre-market scanning, but it's useful for after-hours or swing trading. I know we just went through 4 free tools for traders already, and I'll link all of them down below. But that's not all. If you're looking for free and easy to understand step-by-step lessons, then you should definitely check out my beginner strategies playlist. Here are just some of the free strategy lessons you can access for free on this channel. Technical analysis crash course, gap trading crash course, price action strategy crash course, as well as VWAP strategy crash course. I'll leave you links to everything down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.